You won't believe what this Ring doorbell captured. In an astonishing turn of events, an ordinary security device recorded something extraordinary right at someone's doorstep. From mysterious visitors to unexplainable phenomena, this footage is sure to leave you both amazed and bewildered. As we delve into the unbelievable events caught on camera, prepare yourself for a story that blurs the line between reality and the uncanny.
Starting off this list in our number 10 spot, we have a cautionary tale. We are starting off spooky today with this one. This video serves as a reminder to always be aware of your surroundings. This video shows a woman and her son coming home, and it appears to be dark outside. Nothing is out of the ordinary, they're just getting inside and talking about their evening routine, that sort of thing. The danger only comes once the door is closed and we see a man quickly approach the door that they just went through. The guy tries to open the door, but thankfully they had already locked it and he wasn't able to. The woman sees the man either through the door or on the doorbell camera, and she begins telling him to get out of there. He clearly was watching them and waiting for them to enter, hoping that they wouldn't have locked the door so quickly. Like I mentioned before, it's just a great reminder to always watch your surroundings. You unfortunately never know.
Number 9, the bare necessities. The first of the many bear clips coming in this list. Here we go. Now, it's one thing for a person to try and enter your home out of the blue. That's pretty jarring. But when an animal does it, it can be a lot harder to handle. Like say, I don't know, a bear, for example. This doorbell recording is, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty badass. It's not even a year old. You've probably seen it, hopefully not. It's straight out of Daytona Beach, Florida. A man was chilling on his porch one evening with his puppies, and a bear, I guess, saw the puppies and then just decided to approach. Not in a calm demeanor. After growling and pushing the bear back, the man quickly used a bench to block the bear from coming back again. Yeah, good thing you had that bench, that giant bench just handy. That's crazy. Who has a bench? Must be nice.
In our number 8 spot today, we have a strange moment. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I have talked about this video on the channel before, and I'm bringing it back for this one because this remains one of the strangest things I've ever seen, and we see a lot of weird stuff here on Most Amazing Top 10. Why don't you actually leave us a comment down below on what the strangest thing you can remember seeing on this channel is. I'm sure there's some of you out there who have some pretty good ones. This doorbell footage shows a stranger approaching the door, and instead of knocking or attempting to rob them or threatening them, he instead just begins licking their doorbell. There is no amount of doorbell licking that is an appropriate amount, but I have to say this guy really overdoes it. Like, he is absolutely going to town on their doorbell. So much so, they probably had to get a new one, because at what point do you just let that slide? Would you ever feel comfortable touching that doorbell again? Letting your guests touch it, knowing what it went through? I just simply couldn't. I don't want that weighing on my shoulders. Anyway, this video is definitely one I'd call concerning.
Number 7. Parkour. If you're not thinking about getting a doorbell camera at this point, well, perhaps this next clip might do the trick. Let's see. Now, this is the middle of the night. This guy is trying to climb onto the roof, it seems. Maybe a window was open. He was trying to Romeo and Juliet situation. I don't really know. Who knows? But it doesn't seem like he knew there was a camera there, which is the most alarming part. Imagine checking the footage the next morning and it's just a stranger bouldering your front door. That's probably pretty alarming. It's just his crotch right there for about 2 minutes. It's not very healthy for the soul.
In our number 6 spot today, we have bad intentions. This video is taken from a Ring doorbell camera, and it captures something very real and terrifying. This video shows 2 robbers going up to the house and knocking on the door, hoping for the family inside to open the door. Apparently, the one who knocks on the door was even saying the name of one of the family members, so it's likely that they somehow knew each other. Luckily, the family obviously checked the camera before heading to the door and saw this because they were actually home at the time and no one answered. The robbers didn't even try to break in, but were obviously waiting for someone to open the door, which feels really sinister.
Number 5. Busted. Welcome to the future. This is why you don't try and steal a bike in 2022. Or 2021 if you can go back in time. If you're a time traveler, don't do it then either. You're gonna get caught, and you're gonna get caught in 4K.
Can I help you with something? Can you please put that back?
I didn't take anything. I just looked at it. My bad. I took a piss and then I saw that it was a bike. I just looked at the bike. Sorry.
Imagine getting caught and having a conversation in real time with the homeowner. How embarrassing is that? Backpack Brandon over here decided to hop into a stranger's backyard, urinate, and as if that wasn't already, enough red flags, Backpack Brandon decides to take a peek under this tarp at an expensive motorcycle. Yeah, it's not looking very good. Not looking very nice in your case there, my friend. That's when the owner luckily hops onto the hot mic inside the house and they have a real life conversation right there.
My bad.
Gotta leave the house. The police are on the way.
Get cameras, because you never know. Somebody's curious bladder might just roll up onto your back or front yard.
In our number 4 spot today, we have doorbell footage. This next footage comes from a doorbell camera and it shows the terrifying moment a stranger begins trying to break into a woman's home. She starts off by kind of backing up and just throwing her body into a window until it breaks. The stranger wasn't in any immediate danger, she was fine, but it does appear as though she may be a little bit confused about her whereabouts, which is of course a huge problem and is for sure kind of sad. The woman whose home it is rightfully pretty freaked out and concerned about what is happening. I mean, I mentioned how the stranger trying to break in is confused, so you can imagine how confused the lady, who was probably just trying to sleep, was. Eventually, a police officer shows up and speaks to the woman who claims that her friend is in the house. Obviously, this isn't the case, but this is why I believe she may have been confused as to where exactly she was. In the end, everyone left the situation safely, but the tensions were definitely high.
Number 3, balloon kid. It's one thing to catch a bear or a person sniffing and or licking your front door, but sometimes you catch bizarre once-in-a-lifetime incidents, like this one, for example. What a graceful landing, first of all, and also, where did this come from? Who does this? What is this, like a neighborhood common occurrence? Hot air balloons are terrifying. Yeah, here, hop in this wicker basket and we'll see what happens. We'll see where you end up. Maybe someone's backyard, I don't know. How do you even steer these things? We'll fill it with hot breath and you'll sail around the world. So romantic. Have you ever rode in a hot air balloon? Is it romantic or is it terrifying? Comment down below because, I don't know, we're both afraid of heights. A hot air balloon. Imagine a hot air balloon date. That would be our collective demise. No way.
In our number 2 spot today, we have the nosy neighbor. This doorbell video, or really series of videos, shows a nosy neighbor trying their hardest to destroy the camera that their neighbor has set up. I'm not sure why they feel so strongly about these cameras, but clearly he does, because he will not let them rest. He tries his hands, a screwdriver, he tries a hammer for the camera in the back. Clearly this guy doesn't want the camera around, but I have to ask the question as to why. Why is he so worried about these cameras on his neighbor's property? Seems a little suspicious to me.
And finally, number 1, can't bear it. All right, we're gonna finish with another bear clip. Actually 2, we're gonna do a 2-for-1 because it's Christmas. Well, at least it's Christmas in this recording, in this doorbell recording. Here we go. 2018 in Florida. It's the holiday season and this black bear is in no festive mood, my friends. Look at this little Grinch right here. First, he knocks over the lovely decor, and then just to wake everybody up, he politely boops the doorbell with his nice damp little nose. Oh, they're so cute. I want to pet it, but I don't want to lose my arm, so never pet a black bear. Deal. There's the link, we'll put it in somewhere. If you're wondering how you can avoid such an encounter, put up a cross. Yeah, apparently crosses hanging outside of your home compels bears from trashing your front doorstep. Yeah, this one here is from Alaska. This bear stands up, which first of all, so jarring, stands up, looks at the cross, and then decides, I'm gonna head out. I'm not a religious man myself, but it seems a few black bears are, so there you go, the more you know. Number 10, doorbell licker. And immediately into the weird. Here we go. I'm wasting no time today. This one's short and sweet. Not much explaining to do here. Back in 2019, a man was caught on camera approaching a home in a neighborhood in Salinas, California. He was seen through this Ring camera. Now, he doesn't say much. He just shows up and immediately he starts licking the doorbell. Not the camera, but the actual button, like the actual doorbell. He must have rang the bell thousands of times because he did this for 3 hours straight. The homeowner said in a following interview after seeing the footage, they said, and I quote, "Oh boy, that is just weird." Yeah, oh boy indeed, that's quite weird. I'm getting a doorbell camera tomorrow. Number 9, Vegas visitor. This one was quite recent. Watching the video absolutely freaks me out. This is terrifying. This happened just over a year ago in Las Vegas. This was at 8:20 p.m. It's barely nighttime, and this man shows up out of nowhere, and the doorbell cam catches him asking to come inside the house. He's asking the homeowner over and over if he can enter, and then proceeds to announce horrible things that he'll do once inside the house. This is terrifying. This guy is also humongous. He could kick this door down if he wanted to. He also announces that he has weapons on him, and then he announces that he intends to use said weapons. It's so jarring. This guy was thankfully arrested later on thanks to this doorbell camera being on. Don't answer the door to anyone. Just play it safe always. I didn't answer the door to the paper kid growing up because it's not worth it. People are so scary. And also that kid was weird. Number 8, TV head. Stepping away from the worst of the worst for a hot minute, let's shine the spotlight on some weird stuff, you know? Like for example, the guy wearing a TV on his head. Yep, that's pretty weird. That's a thing, apparently. I actually remember seeing this a few years ago. It kind of spooked me. Back in 2019, this man would appear in Virginia and he visited more than 50 residents. He would show up with the TV on as a head, and then if that wasn't already weird enough, he would leave an old TV on your doorstep. They're all old, humongous TVs. They're so annoying to move. Also, at the same time, this is so creepy. Middle of the night, this guy shows up. Many believe this man was inspired by the comic book series Saga. There's a race of, TV alien heads in that comic. So this could be a fan of Prince Robot IV. Who knows? Either way, this is so annoying. Like, imagine an elderly couple waking up having to figure this out on a Sunday morning. That's so inconsiderate. Don't do this. Don't be a prankster. Get out of here. Number 7, attempted break-in. This one happened around 2 p.m. Another horrifying encounter happening in broad daylight. How is this? This is so scary. 2 men attempted to kick the front door down and break in an Oakland, California home. 1 man rang the bell. The person who was home at the time was wearing headphones, listening to music, so luckily they didn't hear the initial doorbell ring. The man came back again with a partner shortly after, and this time they tried ringing again, and then after getting no response, he attempted to kick the door down. Now the person who was home did hear this, and they yelled, and the attackers luckily fled the scene. This is so terrifying. This happened in the middle of the day. Just no matter what, if you don't know the person, don't answer the door, call 911. Easy, play it safe. Number 6, Matt doesn't live here. This one I need your help on, honestly. There's a backstory here and we need to find it. We need to figure this out. Back in 2016, in the middle of an August summer night, this man approaches, topless, always a great sign. And as he's slowly approaching this home, he's looking back at somebody off camera, right? He has the I'm about to ring the doorbell and run away vibe. You know what I'm saying? He's looking back, he's getting ready, he's stretching his arms out, something's gonna happen. But instead of knocking and running, he pretends to knock, he knocks the air, and then pretends to ask somebody if Matt's home. He does it so the other person can clearly see him doing this. So I don't know if it was a dare or some sort of attempted break-in that we just can't yet decipher, but either way, it's jarring. Sound off in the comments down below. What was this guy doing? Number 5. A grim warning. This one comes from user rightmind2723. Great name. They say, we had a series of break-ins in our neighborhood when doorbell cameras first came out. So we got one because my husband often worked late and I would be home alone with the kids. Great idea. I'm starting to understand your username. Right mind indeed, my friend. Very right mind. Since they were so new, most people didn't know that it was a camera. So one night my phone pinged that there was a movement. I pulled it up and it was 2 guys talking about if they should try and go to the back of the house to break in. I was on the line with 911 so fast and the cops arrived even faster. The cops caught them both and it turns out these were the 2 men responsible for all of the other break-ins. Yeah, they didn't realize I was home. Neighbors all got cameras after this. Yeah, as they should. You should get 7% of their profits. That's like, you know what, you got some deals. 20 people buy stuff, that's, you're working for them. Again, play it safe, call 911, hide. Exhibit A. Number 4, found a key. Ooh, this one comes from Reddit user ending is near here. Okay, solid name, a little more spooky than the last, but we'll like it. They say, once I got an alert that someone was at the door. My dog was also barking at the time, but I didn't hear a knock. I then heard something myself, so I checked the camera, and I saw this younger looking guy at the doorstep. He had walked up and tried to unlock my front door with what I guess was a key he found on the ground close to my house. Luckily, he didn't get in. This happened in broad daylight with cars still in the driveway. Yeah, these types of scenarios always creep me out. People love hiding keys and like fake rocks in front of their homes. Don't do this, no way. People know about these. They will look for fake rocks. Also, they're pretty obvious most of the time. I don't know. Keep your spares very hidden. People will try anything at any time. Number 3, sleepwalker. My brother Kyle has night terrors. This man would get up in the middle of the night and just start doing dishes and whistling. It was so terrifying. I truly feel bad for sleepwalkers, okay? I get it. Not as much as Kyle, but I get it. I've seen it. This one comes from Reddit user Raging Ball of Fury. Amazing name. They say, my little brother is a sleepwalker. We'd gotten an alert and saw that he had snuck out of the house while we were still asleep. And my sister said she heard someone talking just outside of the front door. I went to look and I saw my brother sitting on the porch, apparently having a conversation with our grandfather despite being alone at the time. She says he was saying, I love you and I'm going to miss you. Nice stuff like that. My dad got him back inside the house without waking him up, which is also so impressive, side comment, and nobody gave it much thought until a couple hours later when my uncle called telling us my grandfather had passed away while he was asleep. My little brother says he doesn't remember any of this, but we got it all on video. We can't hear what he's saying too clearly, but he was definitely talking to somebody, and he sure as heck said, I'm going to miss you, at least twice. That's touching. I had to throw in a nicer one before we, get yucky again. Number 2. Not cops. Immediately back into the terrifying again. This is a hard one. If I saw this outside my front door, I would have probably opened the door. I don't know, this is confusing. This is why doorbell cameras with audio are vital, okay? This comes from an anonymous source. They say, I have a camera doorbell. The creepiest thing I ever saw was the night I had two cops come to my door. They stood outside the door talking to each other about if I was home or not and who would have me first or try and break in first. I was at home at the time and my dog alerted me by whining at the door. So I checked the DV cam, saw them, listened to them talking for about 10 seconds before I myself called the real 911. The operator told me they didn't have any cops in my area at the time and to stay away from the door and to put at least one more locked door between me and them and to stay on the line and to be quiet until the real cops could get there. This is how you do it, okay. I live around the block from a fire department, so it was less than 2 minutes when a fire truck pulled up, then these two fake cops ran away. God, that's so scary. The amount of videos I've seen online where people pretend to be police officers, it's terrifying. And also so cringe. Just like a dude trying to pull you over, he's like grabbing a non-existent vest. I'm like, what are you doing? This is, get a job. Unless you call them, pretend like you aren't home. Just hide, or unless you're a criminal, then for sure come out. It's over, Buster, right? You're going to jail. And finally, number 1. Not hired help. This one is very controversial in the comments. I need to know where you all stand on this matter, because I myself am on the fence. I wanted to end this video off on a little question mark. This footage is from 2017, and the description of the video says, a suspicious man walks to my door and has no clear answers to my questions and then leaves. Thanks to Ring Doorbell for saving the day yet again. Okay, quite the description, so I watched it, I read the comments, let's talk shop. Half of the comments here are upset at the user. They're defending this man off the bat, saying clearly it sounds like he was part of the crew that had laid the tile outside of the homeowner's door previous, right? It must have been a long time ago, and if you're not the original homeowner, he's mixing you up with somebody else. Somebody else comments how the guy noticed a package on the ground, but he didn't steal it. So he's not a thief, right? Others think he's trying to get more work done by coming back to the same location, right? My take on this, again, if you don't know who's at your door, you don't have to get it. You're an adult. That's it. Enough said. That's your home. You can do whatever you want. You just pretend like you're taking a That's it. Sorry, I missed the door. This person in the recording was talking to the man, and they told him that they weren't home for another 20 minutes because they were in a meeting. They were a little bit too polite in a sense, even if it was okay to be polite to someone. You know what I mean? Never tell anybody you're home. Stay safe. Okay? That's it. That's stay safe. That's how I'm gonna end this.
Starting off this countdown, we have the slithery friend. Oh, I don't like snakes. That is terrifying. Oh no, hell to the no. No, no, I would never go outside ever again. Where is this? Where are they living? Thank God in Canada we don't have just like snakes roaming around to like climb on our doors. But imagine opening up the door and seeing that guy just like, hey, how's it going? That's my snake impression. But I think it would be vicious and like attack. No thank you, I really don't like snakes. They give me the heebie-jeebies. Moving on to number 9, we have the masked man. And if you guys are liking this video so far, then you know the drill. Hit that thumbs up button because it really helps us out. The creepy masked man that you just saw came to the same house 3 times in 1 week. The homeowners Richard and Sandra Gerber were away on vacation when they got an alert that someone was at their front door. This man would come, ring the doorbell, and then leave. Like I said, he did this on 3 different nights. On one night, he tried to break in. Now the owners alerted the police about this man, and so they actually staked out in their backyard. They were just waiting for the man to return. And they caught him. Turns out that the scary masked man is a man named Walter Denike, and he was arrested and found guilty of attempted burglary. In our 8th spot, we have the creepy doll. What is going on? What is going on? I don't like that. I don't like creepy dolls. I don't like a lot of things. I just realized. I'm like, I don't like snakes. I don't like creepy dolls. Wow, but that thing's terrifying, especially with the sound effects. Can you imagine looking and you're like, oh, who's there? Oh, is it a Girl Scout? And you look and it's this girl? That's creepy. No thank you. Call the cops. Sage your house. Get out of there. Coming in at number 7, we have the doorbell licker. On Saturday, January 5th, in the early hours of the morning, a doorbell cam caught a strange man licking someone's doorbell system for 3 hours. Why did he do this? Well, that's the question we all want to know. Doesn't he have better things to do? Guess not. The homeowners were confused as to who this man was and why he decided to target their house for a licking session. Well, they ended up giving the footage over to the police and they managed to catch the man. His name is Robert Arroyo, and apparently he has been accused of stealing extension cords from Christmas decorations. And so police recognized him instantly, and they too were weirded out by his behavior. In our 6th spot, we have the uninvited guest. Oh no. 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 Oh my god, it's so big. Ew, ew. Oh man, that is disgusting. That is so gross. Where is this? Is this Australia? Because I know they have huge spiders there. Again, I'm glad that we don't have big spiders where I live, because that's a big note from me. Did you see that thing? It was massive. That's disgusting. Imagine somebody, like the mailman, coming up to your door, about to ring the door, and seeing that. No, no. Oh. Whew. I feel like there's a spider on me now. Gross. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the clown. So a couple of years ago in Green Bay, Wisconsin, a number of residents were terrified after seeing this strange clown walking around in the middle of the night. The man you just saw in the video was named Gags the Green Bay Clown. He was first spotted at 2 a.m. on August 1st. Then over the nights he would stalk a number of homes. If you're scared of clowns, then surely seeing this outside your house in the middle of the night would give you a heart attack. And at number 4 we have the eye. He needs to pluck his eyebrows, that's what he's got to do. That was so creepy. All I heard is, hey, what do I do? There's a big creature. That's like literally all I heard, and that's all I need to hear, because that's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying. Who is this dude? Who is this house? Why doesn't he just call the cops? And why has he got a really creepy eyeball? And like I said, he's gotta pluck those eyebrows, because, you know, they're not working. I hope that man's okay. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. Coming in at number 3, we have the ghost. Now, what's terrifying about this next clip is the fact that we can hear somebody at the door, but we can't see anyone. The Ring doorbell went off and started recording, so it clearly detected that something was there. But what is it? By sounds of the voice, it's probably a demon. I think it's time for that house to have an exorcism or something. If anyone can decode what that demon is talking about, then let me know. Maybe it's just cold and wants to come in and warm up. Moving on to number 2, we have the delivery. Hear the police sirens? Oh my god. It's like they're coming for him. What is that? What did he just drop off on their front porch? I don't know, but I wouldn't open that. Nuh-uh. I have no clue what that is, and I don't want to know what that is because it's probably something bad, because this looks like an evil man, and I don't like him. That's terrifying. And in our number 1 spot, we have the old woman. She's not okay. She is possessed or something. I have no clue what was in her hand. She's definitely possessed by something. I don't know what's wrong with her. Her face looks evil. Like, that's an evil Karen right there, and I don't like that. See, this is why I don't want to get one of these doorbells. Like, I feel like I should, because it's like I can spy on people that come and, you know. But at the same time, it's like, do I really want to know who's standing outside my house? Not really. It's scary.